MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games. Yeah. Riley Dixon has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, Steeler fans around the country certainly happy to see this sight at quarterback once again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is old familiar number 7 jersey, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's been the starting quarterback for so long in Pittsburgh. It's hard to believe that last year only played a game and a half before going down with an elbow injury. But Big Ben is back under center, reassumed command of this team. Remember, in the offseason, he said he wouldn't trim his beard until he could throw a football to his teammates. Got that done, got a nice trim, and here he is, starting again for the Steelers.
17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And the Steelers.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Complete.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now
blitz coming, and down he goes.
O'Shane.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 4th season from North Carolina, it's Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, I talk with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina. Those that had questions about him, it often centered in on the fact that he was only a one-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
18-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. This is Shenault on the receiving end.
Trubisky
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
For Evan Ingram. Incomplete.
Again, it's Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bud Dupree. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Steeler ball carrier. He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. And the Steelers 1st down.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll get that one complete to Conner. Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Ben to throw again. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Xavier McKinney. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here now, the first NFL carry for the LSU man. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd and 9. Trubisky sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
The Steelers. They'll take over first.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. He has a big thank you to say to his defense. He threw the interception, then boom, the defense gets it back.
But the ebb and flow of a game is something else, isn't it? But you made an excellent point. A big thanks is owed to that defense. They went out there on what we call sudden change after a turnover and didn't give up anything. In fact, took the ball away and set them up again. Really nicely done.
So a clean slate and a mulligan. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Complete to Eric.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking...
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Ballantyne to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Brings up
not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Tackled at the 32-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up
from the gun on 3rd down. It's Trubisky. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Take over 1st
and now out come the Steelers. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
from the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Pittsburgh.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Eric Ebron.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And the Steeler first down.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger complete. It's Johnson. That one a first down pickup of 8. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Connor on first down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Roethlisberger's pass complete to Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 11 on the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Giants' 11-yard
to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Conner. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Giants, nothing.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
T.J. Watt there on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 44, Trubisky. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
1st down.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Steeler ball carrier.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Smith in on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Just keeping the... And the Steelers are in for the touchdown.
Roethlisberger on the keeper. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10.
This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Pressure coming, and this looks like a short kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass intended for James Washington.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is taken at the 23. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own.
And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
.38-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Sliding out of the... Now Trubisky lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the Steelers.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Solomon Thomas, his 2nd sack of the night.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Washington's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 20-yard touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Pittsburgh, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.